The Ormonde Padel Club recently opened its doors as the sport continues to grow in South Africa. A mixture of tennis and squash, those who play it have hopes that it may soon make the cut as an Olympic sport. Newzroom Afrika's Benjamin Leshoro reports.
Mr. Nhlanhla Nyoni, thank you so much for welcoming us, Nhlanhla, into the Ormonde Padel Club. And we, of course, like I said, going to be learning about what's happening with this sport. It looks like tennis, but it's not. It looks like squash, but it's not. It's a hybrid between the two. Tell us about that. Let's start there.
So, paddle tennis. I know currently, it's 2024, seems to be taking the country by storm. But actually, this sport was introduced in South Africa in 2020. And the rise has been enormous. It has been a very quick rise. It's going crazy. Within a space of a 5-kilometer radius in any place, you can find up to about more than 10 paddle courts. Different companies, that's how much in demand the sport is. Now, you are right, it is a beautiful hybrid. It's a combination of squash and tennis. Of course, the elements that mix the fact that with the counting is the same as your tennis counting. And then the element factor comes in from the walls. You are able to play on the walls. As you can see, we've got the glass walls. As well, if you can know that back in the days, the original one had a proper concrete wall. But that was changed now, to accommodate people to be able to actually watch from outside. So hence now we can have these glass walls and you can play off them, which brings out the squash element.
Is it something that is only starting to be known by South Africans now but has always been around, or is it something that's new from across the globe?
As I said, in South Africa it's been here since 2020. I think the biggest growth that we saw was actually from 2022, late 2022. And right now it is very crazy. And what I'm impressed with is that even the people in the south are starting to get involved. As you can see, Ormonde Padel is bringing the north to the south. We want our people in the south as well, like everyone else in South Africa, as everyone else in the club, to be part of this beautiful growing sport.
Where did it start? Or where is it most indigenous?
Okay, so originally the first one was in Mexico, but then it took off when it was taken and moved to Spain. So from Spain there, that's where it got more coverage, and then that's when it actually took off and started growing. Our first one in South Africa was in Cape Town. It was in Cape Town in 2020, and from there, it's been flying high.
And we're hoping that it takes off. Let me just take a look at the racket here, because your normal tennis racket is not as thick as this one. It would be a lot thinner, and of course, it's got strings and everything. I nearly said it's got a net, but a net is this one. By the way, we also have a net in paddle tennis, because you did say there's similarities in the rules, right?
Yes.
And why do we need to have a racket that is as thick and it's not really
similar to the tennis one? So now, with this one, it is made out of 100% carbon. That is the difference, and that is what makes these rackets very expensive, as some people would say. It is.
They're more expensive than.
They are very expensive. Also, it depends on the type of, the number of carbon used or the type of carbon used. So if you get your 100% carbon, then you're looking at 6,000 going upwards. Of course, they start ranging from as little as 1.8. Some can go down to 1.2. That's what you can get. This is one of our top range rackets that we stock in store. You can get this baby for 6,200.
This is the one I'll be playing with.
Yes. It's a Naughty Dot.
Is it an elitist sport? Is it something that, I mean, if a racket is 1.8, is it an elitist?
I understand. The thing is, we also do cater by renting out rackets. So, for example, we do have rackets for beginners and people who cannot afford to rent out the expensive ones. And those ones go for 50 rand an hour, or for the duration of the game. And then if you want to rent out a pro racket, that one is 100 rand for the duration of the game.